guys? Welcome back into the channel. So it is very cold out here. I'm sure you could probably tell from the squeaky belts on the truck this morning. And you can see my breath. I'm guessing it's probably 20-25 degrees out here. I mean, it is chilly. But that's not gonna stop us from doing what we're gonna do today. We're actually gonna be heading down to the little shop, which is right here. The big one's right there. We're gonna be going down to the little shop. I've been working on a project for about a year now for my cousin. We've been redoing his pickup truck. It got vandalized about a year ago at a football game. So we've literally tore the whole thing apart, repainted everything. I think his truck's been in a couple videos. It's that black, I think it's a 99 2500 with the 6.0 in it. But we've been working on that. We've done, well, whoever the previous owners were, if they had the body work done, it was garbage. So I pretty much had to redo all the body work on it. We found a new bed because his bed underneath the fender flares, I mean the inner, oh, I don't even know what you want to call this, but the inner part and the outer part were not connected. I'm pretty sure it was just being held on by the fender flare. I hate the fender flares. I have mine on here just because I went to the 4x4 jamboree and my bed was rusted out. I actually took that side off last night because it was just flapping and stuff. And look at how dirty underneath of the fender flare is. And that was from September. And so you're talking, well, it was late September, like September 23rd. So you're talking maybe 2.5 to 3 months, and you can just see all that dirt and stuff that just gets caked up in there. And I washed this thing too. I mean, I washed it the other day. Yep, see? Lily had a screw in down there, tape, and I don't even think there's a screw up there, so it was just flapping. But I took it off last night. I couldn't stand it anymore. But yeah, guys, those, I hate them. The new bed I have for this, I'm not putting flares back on it. Flares on the front will not be going back on it. So we're gonna be going down and hopefully getting his truck in primer and hopefully get it wet sanded. And then I'm waiting on his fender flares to come in. He wanted to go back with the fender flares. He didn't want to take his front ones off, so we're getting ones for the back, but we are collar matching them so they won't be like this flat gray black looking collar. His will be the gloss black that matches his truck, so we'll be shooting those, and then I have to put them on. I'm gonna seal them up way better than what they come. We're gonna be doing the 3M sticky tape all the way around, getting a nice good seal, and I'll probably even put a gasket up here to help seal that. Like you can see a small crack. Put a gasket all the way around to get that nice good seal. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead, head down there, turn on the heater and stuff, and get to mixing some up primer and getting it sprayed on the bed. Made it down here. Don't mind how dirty this place is. I mean, it hasn't been cleaned in quite some time. We've been working up there in the big shop trying to get it all organized, and I kind of neglected this one down here. So I have parts for my truck, the old door I took the window out of, Dad's saw. We have 79 parts back there. We have a shelf full of like chainsaw stuff, and then carb cleaner and random parts up there, and the 92's tailgate. Yes, we still have the 92 6.5 diesel. It's still being worked on. Planer parts or drill parts, oil stuff, and then toolboxes, and then some more toolboxes over there. But here is the truck bed, guys. So a neighbor had this, and it had a body lift on it. So we actually had to cut through like those hockey pucks and stuff. That's what I call them, like the body lift, to actually get this off. But I'm gonna keep those rods right there, if you can see those, like right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. And I'm just gonna drop that long bolt back down through the bed, stick a washer and a nut on there, and that's actually, I'm gonna hold this thing on instead of trying to break those loose. But no, we did have a big section of body damage we had to do on this side. The passenger side was fine, but it looked like they just scraped something down the side. So This spot down here was all crunched in, and then there's a big dent right through here. It's actually perfectly straight now. I used my Unispotter, which is right there. Basically, there's a little stud that goes in the end of this, and then it tacks it on there, and then you take your slide hammer right here and screw the slide hammer on there, and then you just basically slide and it pulls the dent out. But I did that on this section and this lower section. This lower section turned out really good. I mean, this dent was huge. Like, it was all pushed up in there. Looked like someone tried to fix it before and they just slapped like a probably half-inch coating of filler in there. So I ground all the filler down, pulled that dent back out. Excuse me. And we had a little dent right up through here that I pulled, and then another one here. But other than that, it's pretty solid. There's no rust on it. I felt up underneath. It doesn't seem like it's been patched at all, so that's a good thing. We went ahead and did the bed liner. This is the Raptor bed liner kit. This is 3 bottles of spraying it. I did 2 heavy ones on the floor, and then just kind of misted a couple coats over the side rails and stuff. And then we also sprayed the inner fender well there. I didn't shoot all the way up on top and stuff, just because the paint was kind of flaky off, and I figured it was just going to get coated anyway. But no, it's coming along great. This side, like I said, it's pretty perfect. I ran my hand down the side. There's no dents or anything in it. Body lines match up really nice. So we're gonna go ahead and get this top part taped up and get it papered, and then hopefully get some primer shot on this thing today. So guys, when I went ahead and taped this, I didn't go all the way to the edge of the bed liner, just because I kind of want to blend that section in. So I left a small gap, and then I'm just going to leave my paper folded over like that. When I'm spraying this, I'm not going to have my PSI set very high. I'm probably going to be shooting at like a 25 to 30 range, just enough to get a good airflow out of the gun to get a nice layer of primer put down. I don't want to make it where there's a bunch of overspray and it's going everywhere. I want it just to be nice and smooth. So we're gonna go ahead and get the other side taped up real quick, and then we should be ready to go. Hopefully you could see that all right. I did 3 coats. I let it flash for about 10 minutes. I think it looks, I mean, really good. It looks way better than it being all patchy and having filler there and black there and filler over there and stuff. So I'm gonna let this dry now. I got the heater running. Probably let the heater run for the next probably hour and a half, just kind of get it to, I think it's like 60 degrees in here now. So that should be plenty warm for it to dry. I'm just going to kind of let it do its thing now, and then tomorrow we'll come back and wet sand everything down, get it all nice and smooth, get it all cleaned up and ready for paint. But while that stuff was, well, I mean, while it's drying here, I went ahead and cleaned the paint gun. I just throw some lacquer thinner in it, drain it out, take it all apart, excuse me, and clean it really good. The lacquer thinner I use is the Rust-Oleum stuff. I mean, any lacquer thinner will work. But if you guys like these like kind of auto body type videos, I kind of started my channel on stuff like this. But if you guys like that, just let me know. I'll be sure to film a bunch on my sister's Jeep. I'll be sure to film stuff on my 98 and the 79 as we do that stuff. If you guys have any questions on like doing auto body work, just let me know. I've done everything from dent pulling like this to patching rust to fiberglass work. I mean, you name it, I've done it. Obviously, the truck beds I've done a bunch of stuff. But like I said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I did go up to the big shop. I pulled that other fender flare off the back of the truck, and it's just as bad as the other side. And it's sad that I've only had those on there for, like I said, 2.5-ish, 3 months. And as much dirt and stuff gets in there, it's sad. But there was water on that that double-sided sticky tape. I don't think it's 3M because the 3M's red. But this is like that foamy type tape. And it was just soaking wet. I pulled on the bottom where that broken piece was on the passenger side, like down there that I showed you guys. I pulled that off and there's actually water stuck down in there. And those things just basically, I mean, if you have a rusted out truck already and you want to hide it, that's what they're used for. They're kind of a pain in the butt, but I took mine off. Like I said, I'm not putting any of the fender flares back on when I go to repaint the 98. It's staying, I mean, smooth surface all the way down the side. But that being said, guys, I hope you guys like this video. I know it's not super interesting, just kind of doing some primer work here and there, trying to get my cousin's truck bed finished up, trying to coordinate getting this thing done and getting his new fender flares in. Like I said, I got to paint the fender flares for the back of this and paint the bed. And I don't want to paint the bed and then the next day I have to paint the fender flares, because then I'm just doing double work on like cleaning the paint gun, mixing the paint and all that. I'd rather just knock it out in one shot. He said they should be in by Friday, so I'll probably film me painting this and clear coating it. If you guys like to see that, just let me know. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Remember, learning as I do, doing what I love. I'm the GM Man, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.